staff. So it's my pleasure to welcome to the broadcast the head coach of the men's baseball team and also the assistant athletic director here at Southwestern Christian, Coach Joe Blackwell. And so, Coach, it seems like it's super early to be talking about baseball in January, but I know the season starts in earnest January 30th, and so I know you're excited about that. You're coming off of a great season last year. If I'm not mistaken, you went 47-17 last year and went to the semifinal round of the World Series in the NCCAA and performed really well in the NAIA. And if I'm not mistaken, you're already preseason ranked 4th in the conference and 34th nationally. Did I read that? Is that correct?
That is correct.
So we know you're looking for some good thing. Okay. Coach, I know with all that said about last season, you had quite a few players graduate actually. So tell me what the team's looking like this year and who you think may step up and fill some of those roles and how everything's going.
Well, currently we had 11 seniors last year that contributed into our team, into our program in a great way, and so we're going to have a lot of new faces on the field this year. We think we have a very talented group, but you never know how that comes together until you get to the field.
Yeah. They may look good in practice, but you don't know what happens in game time.
That's absolutely right.
I know you guys have been working hard. What should fans expect this season? If hopefully they'll come out and watch if they're in the area. What should they expect? What brand of baseball are you going to play? Small ball? You going to got some guys that can go yard? What's it looking like?
Well, we're probably going to rely on our pitching staff heavily. We do have our starting rotation back that. Everyone is back except for one. We lost Juan Carlos Gonzalez last year, which was one of our top arms for us. We did have one of the newcomers that you'll enjoy watching. His name is Jesus Valoy. He's a transfer here from Miami-Dade College, and we're expecting great things from him. He's a left-handed pitcher and has good velocity and came from them, and he had 47 innings pitched at his JUCO last year with just under 70 strikeouts.
Wow.
So we're hoping he can do the same for us.
Yeah, no doubt. Any bright spots so far? I know, like I say, you haven't played any real games, just some scrimmages, but anything that kind of sticks out as some bright spots?
Well, I'm excited about our left side of the infield. We have a young man that transferred to us from Southwestern Oklahoma State. He's 6'6", 260 pounds, athletic, moves well.
Wow.
And is Tanner Long, and so
what position?
He's playing third base for us, and so we expect great things from him. And then also we had a transfer from NEO, Northeastern Oklahoma A&M, at shortstop named Erasmo Maveras, and he is a very talented individual.
I've heard he's got hands.
We like his hands. We like his hands, and I also like he's good at the plate as well. So
my son says that kid's got the quickest hands he's ever seen, and my son played with the shortstop that I thought probably was the fastest hands I'd ever seen, and he says it's not even close.
Well, I hope he's right. So we'll find out more. I don't get as concerned on the spectacular plays. It's just the daily routine plays that you want to make sure they make.
Yeah.
But we're excited to see what he does for us. We do return really on the field. We have two guys that played varsity for us last year that will be starting. One of them will be starting the same position. The other young man that played third base for us a year ago will be playing some outfield for us. So it's a whole new look for us, and so I'm excited. And I think I can probably tell you a whole lot more about our team in about a month from now.
Yeah. First game is January the 30th.
Yes, we open up with Arlington Baptist down in Grand Prairie, Texas at Airhawk Stadium.
How are they? How's Arlington? Were they pretty solid last year? Or?
Well, we faced them one time last year in the NCCAA regional here that we had the luxury to host, and so we played them here. And it was the coach. It was his first year, and I know that they have 25, 26 new faces, it looked like, on their rosters coming in, so they'll also be a different looking. It looks like he was heavy on the junior college recruiting trail this last year.
Gotcha. So let's talk. Baseball's important. Let's talk off the field a little bit. Since I have a son on campus, I hear a little bit, and always like to hear the good stuff. And the good stuff I hear is that this isn't just about baseball.
No, it's absolutely not. I was really proud of our group. We have between our varsity and our junior varsity program, we have a number of young men on campus, and We ended up with a 3.5 GPA in the fall semester, so we were very excited about that. We also like to we bring all of our young men together, and not every Wednesday we have a study hall and also a devotion time where we can talk about off-the-field things, allow them to share, and talk about how we are men in Christ, not just men, and how that impacts us. And if you know our program and our motto is play hard and honor God, and we talk about what that means each week when we take that time.
Yeah, I think, everybody expects, because the word Christian is in the name of all these Christian colleges, that everybody shows up and they're angels and they glow in the dark. They're so holy, but it's young men and young women in trying to find their wings. But I haven't heard any disciplinary issues. Now, I'm not in the loop on everything, but I haven't heard of anything so far, and that's always a testament to the quality of kid, the coach's diligence, and so I'm excited about that.
Well, I think that it's I've been fortunate enough to be here. This will be going into my 7th season as the coach, and I think that if you can ever have coaches in general at Southwestern, if they're more tenured and the longer that they stay within the program, then they're able to get their style of player, and also incorporate understanding the mission of the university. The mission of the university is critical, and as long as you can take that, apply that, and it has to be not what you do, it has to be more of who you are, and that's it also has to be what your program is about as well. Yeah,
well, I'm excited about that aspect of it, and I think that usually translates to better team overall, and it starts showing up on the field as well.
Yeah, we've been fortunate. There are 212 schools that play NAIA baseball, and there are less than 10 schools that have won 40 games in a row for 4 years in a row. And so we're very proud of that. That is definitely a recruiting plug that we use often. And for some reason, we've ended up in the semifinal of that World Series also for the last 3 years. So the only thing that's common denominator there is the coach. So we'll try to see if we can improve upon that going into this season.
Got a huge team. I think at last count I heard right at 70 players. Is it still around that number?
Yes, it sure is.
How do you juggle that?
Well, I think that what you mentioned earlier, that time that we can spend together, and I mean, when we have each week, we have both practices, and I think it's important for our entire coaching staff to be there at both practices, spend time with young men, get to see them, because when games start, you don't get to do that as much.
Right.
So it's important when you have the opportunity to do it that you take advantage of that. And also, when you're talking and have the students in your office when you're going through that recruiting process, some of that starts there before they even arrive on campus.
Oh, yeah.
And so that's been important to us as well. And we have, I think every year we get better about what fits our program and what style we're going to play and what we're going to do. And I think it's a testament to the young men we've had here. I mean, good coaches, great players make you a great coach.
Sure. Well, I think all of this results in the fact that many, many years ago, the school recognized how much talent they wasted. While I was here as a student, I could have been the start and shortstop, and they realized it, so figured they better make up for it and start. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No, that's what I hear. Starting shortstop, the best guy on the mound.
Yeah, man, I could do it. No, I love playing baseball, but baseball was my first love for sure as far as sports go, and just love watching it. I love watching practice almost as much as I love watching games, to be honest with you. The Eagles have a home field right here in the area. So I would encourage you strongly. I know baseball's not everybody's cup of tea, and sometimes the games can seem to get long, but I would still encourage people to come out and support our student athletes as they play. We play over on 50th at DeLisi Park, have our own home field there, and it's really shaping up nicely. I guess the only thing left to complete it would be some lights so we could get some night games in.
That is, and where we play our field, it actually just recently MAPS 4 for part of Oklahoma City. It was included in that.
Oh, wow.
So we might not be too far off as you might think on the light situation.
Of course, in January, I don't want to play at night because it's going to be 20-something degrees. But
well, I can appreciate that. I don't know that I want to play at night in January either.
No.
So.
Well, Coach, we're certainly hoping for a great season for the entire team, JV and varsity. I saw that the schedules are up online, so we'd encourage you to check those out and come out and support Eagles baseball. And so, Coach, I appreciate you joining us, and we'll touch base with you again sometime and get an update on how things go.
That'd be great. Thank you guys for having me.
All right, thank you.